Hello all, welcome to R&D Labs with me Rohan, and today we are going to see how to create a CSV file in your Swift project. Before we begin, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and you have hit the notification button so that you're notified the next time a video comes in. So how do we do it? Let's get started. So for this tutorial, I've created a startup project in Swift using storyboards. And what we are going to do here is we are going to use a library from GitHub to export the data into CSV file. So let me bring that up for you. This is the library that we are going to use, and the name of the library is CSV Parser. I've added the link in the description box for your reference. This is an Objective-C, but we are going to use it and bridge it into Swift. I found this library very useful in the past during my Objective-C days, and this is the most easiest and most reliable library that I have used in my experience. So let's go ahead and download this. So I'll click the green button and I'll download the zip file. Okay, and I'll open the Finder. So here it is. So what we're going to do is we are going to open up the CSV parser folder, and we are going to drag and drop the chcsv parser.h and chcsv parser.m files into our project. So let's drop it here and click copy items if needed and set a target and click finish. Yes, since you're using the Objective-C files into your Swift project, the Xcode will automatically create a bridging header file for you. So let's go ahead and click that. And once you have done, the bridging header file is created. It's right here. And over here, the first step that you're going to do is you're going to write import chcsv parser.h. That is the exact file name that we have from the imported library. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to create a button on our view controller, and on the click of that button, we are going to create a CSV file. So let's go ahead and open up our storyboard. So in the view controller, just add your button, and I will just title it as generate CSV. All right, and let me open up my assistant editor and create an action for it, which is generate CSV file. All right, so the easiest part is done. Next up, what we're going to do is we are going to create a variable which will help us write a stream data to memory, and we will name that variable as output is equal to output stream dot to memory. Okay, next up, what we're going to do is we are going to create an object of CSV writer class. So let's create that. So let CSV writer is equal to chcsv writer, this one. Yes, let me make some more room. Yeah, okay, output stream encoding, yes, this one. Okay, so output it's here, encoding is string dot encoding dot utf8. Yes, and I'll keep the delimiter as comma, and I will typecast it to utf16. So utf16 dot first. Okay, what's going on here? Oh yeah, I missed out the raw value. Yes. Okay, so your object is ready. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to create a CSV file. So as you know, CSV file will look like a table which has got rows and columns. So we are going to create an employee record. So an employee record will have his employee ID, his employee name, his age, his designation. All right. So let's go ahead and create those fields within the CSV writer object. So CSV writer dot write field. Okay, and over here what we're going to do is we are specifying the header. So employee ID. Okay, so this is the ID of the employee, and we are going to write another header, CSV writer dot write field, which is employee name, CSV writer, sorry, CSV writer dot write field, and here we have his age, sorry, age, CSV writer dot write field, and here we have his designation. Okay, so this is the header. Let's comment this out, header for the CSV file. All right, so in your use case you might have the data from the SQLite database or any other web service for that matter, so you can arrange the CSV headers accordingly. But for this tutorial I'm just going to add the headers like this. I'm not going to use any SQLite database nor any web service. So next what we're going to do is we are going to create an array, and we're going to put in or add in the records into the array. So after you do this, an important step to do is CSV writer dot finish line. So this signifies that that when the CSV file is created, it needs to go into the next line. It is very much like what you do over here. If you specify the new line in string, it is similar to that in CSV, or rather in this particular library. Okay, so next what we are going to do is we are going to create an array. So array to add data for the employee. All right, so let's name an array as array of employee data as string. Right, next we're going to add records into the array. So array of employee data dot append. So if you don't know much about the arrays, you can refer to my older tutorial that I have created. I have added the link in the description box below for your reference. So let's give the employee ID as 123, and I will add the name as John Doe. Okay, and I will add the age as well. Sorry, 12 is too young. I'll add 30. Designation is sys analyst or system analyst, and that's it. Okay, so this is the first record that I have added. I'll add another one, which is 234, and name this as Johnson, and change the age as well. I'll keep the surname as it is. Change the designation as HR. That's it. Add one more. I'll keep it John Appleseed. I'll keep it as 40, and I'll keep the designation as engineer. All right. So you have added the record within the array. Now the next activity that we are going to do is we are going to take the records within the array into a CSV file. Okay, so let's write a for loop here. So for elements in array, sorry, what was it? Array of employee, yeah, this one, array of employee dot enumerated. Right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to write CSV writer dot write field. It is similar to what we have written on the top, and we are going to specify it as elements dot element of 0. Why have we not created a simple for loop to iterate through the array? It is because our array is not a simple array. It has got multiple records within a row. Okay, so that is the reason why we have used enumerators. And if you go and check the help document for the enumerated method, it says it returns a sequence of pairs. In this case, we have a sequence of pairs where n represents a consecutive integer starting at 0 and x represents an element of the sequence. So in this case, what we have is we have 3 records of elements within the array. The length of the array is 3, but we have got more than one object within a row. Okay, so in that case, we will be using enumerated. So here what we are going to do is we are going to add the first element of the row. Okay, so in this case, we have added the employee ID. Okay, and next what we're going to do is we are going to add the employee name. So let's go and add that. And let's change the comment here and make it as employee name. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to add the age as well. So it's pretty much similar. We just need to change the index of it. So this becomes the employee age, and this becomes the employee's designation. Okay. So this looks okay now. And what have I forgotten? I have not added the CSV writer dot finish line. So let's go ahead and add that CSV writer dot finish line. It is only then that we can add another record. Okay, so right now, as you can see, the CSV file will look somewhat like this with the employee ID, all right, the employee name. So let's give it a tab, employee name, and you have the employee age as well, and you have the designation. Okay, I'll just make some more room to my left. Okay, then after that it will look like this. So we have 1 2 3. Okay, and here we have John Doe, and then we have his age as well and his designation. So this is what we have done up till now. And if the for loop iterates again, then we will have Johnson Doe and his age and his designation. Okay, so this is what we have done up till now. Next, very important step, that we have to close the stream. So let's go ahead and close the stream. So CSV writer dot close stream. Okay, next we have to write the data somewhere, right? So next up, what we're going to do is we are going to create a buffer variable. So let buffer is equal to output yes dot property for key dot data return to memory stream key, and you'll give it as optional data. And we have declared the buffer variable. After which, what we're going to do is we are going to write this somewhere. So where are we going to write this? Okay, so in that case, we have to save a file somewhere. As I always recommend, we must always save our files within the folder that belongs to our app within the files app. Okay, so let's go ahead and first declare a variable to specify a file name. So let's go up and we will specify a variable. So let's say let s file name is equal to, let's give it test.csv. Okay, so this becomes a file name. Okay, you can name it the way you want depending upon your use case. So after this, we will have to declare a documents directory path variable. So let's declare let document directory path. Okay, and let's say ns search path for directories in domains. And over here, what we're going to do is we are going to specify document directory, yes, and user domain mask as dot user domain mask, and expand tilde, yes, it's true. And we will specify the first index and specify it as a string. So we have declared a variable for document directory path. Next up, what we are going to do is we are going to create a NSURL object and we are going to append the file name to the URL. So let's go ahead and create that. Let document URL is equal to URL file URL with path. Yes, this is the one. And we will specify document directory path into it, and let's say append path component, and we will specify a file name variable. So we have a document URL path ready, and that's it. So this is what you got to declare up front. Next, we move down and we have to write the file that we have created, the CSV file that we have created, into this path. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. It's right here. So after this, just press enter. Let's write a do statement and catch. Okay, over here we are going to write a try buffer dot write. Okay, and we have to specify the document URL path to it. So document, why is it so difficult to get this? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so you have done, but it's not yet over. Okay, the application will run, but it will not be able to save. We are missing a very important step, and we need to add certain entries within the info.plist file. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go to the project, and in the info.plist section, we will have to add two entries. The first one is application supports, let's supports iTunes file sharing. Is it already there? Let me check. I'll just supports iTunes. Let's clear that out. Supports iTunes file sharing and give it a yes. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to add supports opening documents in place and specify it as yes. Sorry. Okay, so I think this is it. Let's build and see whether we have any errors. Cool. Okay, so let's run this and see in our simulator. Okay, let's click the generate CSV file button. I think there are no errors, so let's go ahead and see in the files app. Okay, so let's open up here and you'll have to go into on my iPhone. So what mistake did we make? I don't know, the code looks okay to me, and I think it is something to do with the application supports iTunes file sharing. Let me go ahead and remove that and I'll add that again. Let's stop this. Okay, application supports iTunes file sharing. Okay, so let's give it a yes again. In our previous settings that we have seen, I think I have added file and sharing to be capital F and S respectively. So I think that would have caused the issue. So I have saved this and let me run this again and see. Code wise, it looks okay to me. It should be something to do with the settings. Let's see. Okay, let's generate the CSV file. Okay, and I'll open up the files app. There you go. Okay, so we have the CSV file with us, and let's open up and see how it looks. Are you able to see it? Okay, so we have the employee ID, we have the employee name, employee age, designation, all set up properly within the CSV file. So this is how you add a CSV file in your Swift project. I hope you like this video. If you have any doubts, please reach me out in the comment section. I'll be happy to help. And please like and subscribe to the channel and see you until next time. Cheers.